Hello students, good evening. Today in this video we are going to explain the fourth part of lesson Climate of India, and in this part we are going to discuss the topic of global warming, and we have been learning the concept of global warming from so many years onwards, even in the lower classes also. Now we have to see what is the matter and what are the discussions deeply about global warming. And actually the meaning of global warming is the surface of the earth is gradually increasing its temperature. So temperatures of the surface of the earth has been gradually increasing is called global warming. Generally global warming is how occurs we have to observe. Nowadays global warming is maximum caused by the human activities. It means man is main responsible for creation of global warming, and we wanted to explain how man is responsible for global warming. It may be sometimes difficult to understand for us, but actually it is true. Man is only main responsible for global warming through his activities. Now we have to see what are the activities are doing by man which are caused for global warming. First one, man is recklessly cutting down of the forest trees. By this, the heat coming from the sun make the earth is warmer. As long as forest trees are covered on the surface of the earth, automatically the sun's heat may be absorbed by the trees, and when the forest trees are recklessly cutting down by the people, what purpose present man is moving towards globalization, urbanization. That is why all the countries, all the individuals also concentrating on forest areas. Their aim is not to develop the forest areas. They are trying to decrease the forest area percentage by occupying or by converting forest area into a living area or an industrialized area. They wanted to clear the forest trees and establishing some factories, and automatically the percentage of forest is decreasing. Already in our India, suppose we take 1950 before, the forest percentage was 38, and in 1970, 1980 it was decreased to 28, then 1990, 2000 decreased to 22%, now it is 20%. So now 20% of the area in our India from the total area is kept under forests. And we know Madhya Pradesh is the state which comprises largest forest area, and whereas Arunachal Pradesh, when compared to the area of the state, nearly 90% of the state's area is filled with forests. Of course, Madhya Pradesh has the largest forest area, whereas Haryana, Punjab, these areas are comprising least forest area. If we talk about our Andhra Pradesh, it is just 16 or 15% of forest areas. And we have to understand important concept. First point I told you, reckless cutting downing of the forest trees. Number 2 is establishment of factories is the main reason. Nowadays different chemical factories and the other important factories are establishing by man in the outskirts and in the corner areas of the city. And these factories are causing for making the surrounding areas into a polluted areas, because industries are releasing smoke, industries are releasing the dust water, polluted water into the rivers, and rivers may be polluted, and rivers are joining in the ocean. Automatically oceans also are being polluted by the joining of river water. Suppose we go to the sacred river Ganga in the North India, and we know Ganga surrounding areas comprises number of chemical factories, polythene factories, fertilizers factories are located. All these factories are locating and releasing the dust particles directly into the river without purifying, without decreasing their percentage of pollution. And number 3 we have to observe vehicles. Nowadays man is living in different areas, distant areas. That's why from one area to other area automatically distance is more. And by the distance what is happening, man is unable to go to one place to other place by walking. Definitely he has to use one two-wheeler or a four-wheeler, definitely, or a three-wheeler, depend upon his economical convenience. And why vehicle is a very common commodity item in the present India? Because place to place distance is more. It means distant areas, remote areas are also occupying by the man for his livelihood and for his residence, and trying to use the forest land, barren land, dry land also being converted by man into living land. As a result, the living land percentage is living land percentage is increasing, forest percentage is decreasing. And number 4, what I told you, usage of vehicles, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler vehicles are increasing. And what is the loss of using vehicles, increasing of the vehicles? We know very well vehicles are releasing carbon monoxide, CO, and sulfur dioxide by the industries, ammonia, NH3. So CO, CO2, NH3, SO2, all these poisonous gases are adding in the atmosphere by using more vehicles. Adding of the unwanted gases, poisonous gases in the atmosphere is to be called and caused for greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect meaning is what? Adding unwanted gases in the atmosphere. What is the wanted gas here? Breath of life, oxygen is the wanted gas for the animal and for the human being. Of course, due to the photosynthesis time, plants are using even carbon dioxide also. But actually, without oxygen, animals and human beings are unable to survive. That's why it is to be called as a breath of life. And whereas carbon dioxide and the carbon monoxide and the sulfur dioxide, ammonia, all these are releasing into the atmosphere by the industries and by the vehicles, causing for greenhouse effect, which greenhouse effect is ultimately causing for global warming. And number 5, usage of underground water without any limit. It means over usage of groundwater is also one important reason. And by this over usage of water also making the land, underground of the land, dry. That's why automatically, as long as the ground is comprising with water, automatically global warming conditions may be chances to decrease. And the ground has no water, automatically the global warming conditions are slowly increasing. That's why definitely we have to use the surface water, and we have to save the groundwater. We should not overuse, we should not extract the groundwater with abnormal quantities. And this is the 5th reason what I told you. Extracting groundwater without any limit is also one reason for global warming. And 6th one, usage of polythene covers, plastic covers by man. Now we have to see anywhere in the marriages or in the functions or in the even houses also, man has been using polythene covers. And even polythene covers is also one of the important our part of our daily life is also. Suppose I am saying in this way, it is not a wonder. It means using polythene covers is becoming a fashion so many years back. Nowadays maximum all of the items, even the hotter items or cool items or vegetables or any kirana items, all these are being carried out by man through by taking polythene covers. These polythene covers, plastic covers, and the important polythene covers causing for making our earth also into a jeopardy, nothing but trouble. Sir, if we use plastic covers, polythene glasses and the disposable glasses, what is the loss we can ask? Polythene covers, plastic covers cannot be disposed easily into the earth. Nearly 70 years to the up to the 200 years time will be taken by a plastic item to dispose. And in this way, suppose you go to any beach nearby the ocean, you have to go any roadside canals, or we can see thousands of water bottles, water packets, polythene covers. Using polythene covers is not only creating global warming, not only it is increasing temperature, it is also causing for even dying of number of animals also. Suppose we are taking any food item in our plastic cover, and some of the part food item is eaten by man, and remaining part along with the food item he has to throw the cover, plastic cover, into the canal or on the roadside. And during the evening time or any other times, the buffaloes, cows, pigs or any others are coming on the area, and definitely they are able to recognize with the smell that the cover comprising food. They are searching for food and they don't know how to open the cover. That's why the animals are eating the food along with the cover, and the covers are not easily digested. Recently in our area, 2 years back I think, there was an incident occurred which was a very heart painful incident. A cow was died in a municipality area in our town, and the municipality commissioner inquired why the cow was died, and in the post-mortem they are able to know that In the post-mortem time, nearly 25 kgs of the plastic covers are identified in the body of the cow, and by the existence of the covers only, the organizations in the body of the cow are unable to work and they are not properly functioning. As a result, the cow is died. Really, is it a heart paining thing or not, ma? That's why protecting animals, protecting buffaloes, pigs, cows, dogs, not only one or two, every animal protection is our primary duty, basic duty. And by using these polythene covers, and we are indirectly responsible for killing of the animals. And by this number of animals are killing by indirectly by man by using of the plastic covers. What is happening? Animal ratio, human being ratio is not equal. Automatically the ratio is decreasing. Animal ratio may be decreasing. It is not good for us. That's why, my dear students, understand, please. Please avoid usage of plastic covers, and whenever you are going to any bazaar or outside of your house for bringing any items or purchasing any items, you please take along with you a cloth bag, a cloth cover, so that we can avoid throwing of plastic covers on the roadside, and by that we can save the animals. And number seven, what we have to do? Still, in some domestic areas, we are observing in the remote areas, they are using water in the unscientific method. They are burning the fossil fuels. They are making the coal, domestic coal, in a unscientific method. These are also causing for global warming. And last, eighth one important point we have to observe here: arranging cell towers. Important. And arranging cell towers is very, very important. Do you know how cell towers are causing for global warming? Cell towers are always releasing heavy radiation. And by this, whenever any birds are going to fly on the area nearby a cell phone tower, automatically they are coming in the circle of the radiation. The birds are automatically fell down and died. So birds have no capability of receiving that much of radiation. That's why almost all the birds are disappeared. Do you know, in the past we saw an important bird, eagle, and vultures. Vultures, eagles, and small birds, third type. These three type of birds are almost disappeared. If you wanted to see these birds, eagle and vultures and small birds, it is possible to you only in zoos, bird sanctuaries. And the different type of birds are appear in our surrounding area. This type of situation how happened now? Why birds are disappear? So birds are disappear by the activities of man. And you can ask, sir, you mean all the cell towers are to be stopped, sir? No, not at all. I am saying government wanted to minimize giving permissions to the private cell towers is one remedy. Number two is scientists are to be taken a challenge of invention of one more alternative instead of this using cell towers. And why we have to save birds? Birds are helpful a lot to the plant, a lot to the human being. What is linked with the human being and bird, plant and bird, we have to see here. Bird is taking residential area on a tree, we know very well, and they are constructing nest. Bird is living in the nest, but when the bird is eating the any seeds, fruits, which are coming from the tree. Bird is taking kilometers of distance the same fruit seed and dropped the seed in that place. And by dropping the seed in that place, what is happening? The seed is again developing into a plant, and the plant is again developing into a tree. If we go to Tirumala hills or the Nallamala hills or Himalayas, all those lakhs of crores of trees are being planted by man? Not. It is a natural vegetation. How themselves created? They are the plants, trees are generated by the help of birds. And how these birds are helpful for man? If plants are growing into tree, from the tree we are getting breath of life, oxygen. Without oxygen, we know very well we are unable to survive. So in this way, global warming is a severe condition. That's why on every citizen's shoulder there is a great responsibility to control the global warming condition. In our next video, Climate of India, part number 5, we are going to learn how we can decrease the global warming conditions, how can we control the global warming conditions. Okay, ma'am? Thank you.